Vote ONNE Renée on Election Day for Mayor of Toronto to ensure that Toronto has accessible housing and a joint property ownership plan, aka #jpopToronto. Housing is a municipal election issue. Housing is a right, not an option. People find it difficult to rent or own in Toronto due to an inaccessible housing market. How is homelessness still an issue in 2018 in Toronto, in Canada? With the money you spend as a taxpayer, we all are taxpayers, how informed are you? Why hasn't proactive solutions and initiatives been mandated to fix our housing crisis? There are 35 Toronto mayoral candidates in this election. I am your candidate. Here is how we do our part in increasing home ownership in Toronto, giving people a chance to enter the home ownership market, and how we do our part to end homelessness in Toronto, creating accessible housing to ensure that we all have the ability to live and thrive. A. Everything starts with the understanding that together we succeed. We have to stop selling off our assets. What do we benefit from when an asset is sold? Once it's sold, so we benefit very little. Selling off our assets never makes sense when a crisis in housing, including supportive housing, looms over our city. We must keep public assets public. B. Joint Property Ownership Plan Toronto, aka jpopToronto, allows Torontonians to join the property ownership market and invest in themselves. Why rent when you can own? C. Joint Property Ownership Plan Toronto, aka jpopToronto, allows graduates to get in on the property ownership market with the city. This allows graduates to invest in themselves and build equity by owning property. Why rent when you can own? D. Why waste all the airspace over green P parking? Build 3 or more levels of income-generating underground parking and build levels of housing units on top. I've been planning for what Toronto could be for a very long time. E. Housing has been a municipal election issue for over 60 years. Housing is a municipal, provincial, federal, societal issue. It's time for it to stop being an issue and to be addressed once and for all. We must take pride in the properties we own and convert units into ownership properties for the people who live in the unit based on income and or repair units so people have a decent place to live. So what's that all to say is, let's make things better for folks. Let's make sure that people have the right kind of places to live in, not dumps that we allow to fall into disrepair. Housing is possible. An innovative leader like me can get housing solved in Toronto. In my observation, creativity, ideas, and solutions are part of the qualities needed for representatives. No ideas, creativity, solutions means no plans. F. Toronto must take charge of housing by owning and co-owning properties to equitably ensure that housing is a right. Otherwise, housing will always be a problem. G. My joint property ownership plan Toronto, #jpopToronto, allows our city to continually generate revenue to invest in creating more housing and owners. H. Here is an example. The new homeowner, and homeowner can include not-for-profit organizations. A new homeowner and the City of Toronto are co-owners. Therefore, the new homeowner would only be responsible for covering their portion of the mortgage. That is to say, if the home's market value is $500,000, the new homeowner would only need to qualify for a mortgage of $250,000. When the individual is ready to sell, they receive their percentage of the appreciated value. Once sold, the home becomes available for the next new homeowner, and so on, and so on. Fair, right? Seems inclusive, right? Seems accessible, right? Seems doable, right? That's because all of the aforementioned is possible. I'm all about proactive solutions to ensure that we all have the ability to live and thrive. Vote ONNE Renée on Election Day for Mayor of Toronto. Hashtags that you can get further information on are hashtag TOPOLI, hashtag Toronto, and hashtag ElectionTO. You can also email me at mycity@torontomail.com. So that's MYCITI at torontomail.com. Or, of course, visit my YouTube page. Or shall I say YouTube account? I guess it's an account. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Vote ONNE Renée on Election Day. Vote ONNE Renée on Election Day. Vote ONNE Renée on Election Day. And remember, together we succeed. Have a great day.